extra hours and hours in your life to do things like that.
Yeah.
You fought a drake in that town and killed it and got some loots. And then you took a barge down the River Argent with the river rats, and it was fun times, and they gave you some intel about Zobek. And then you got to Zobek. Oh, and for Chance's sake, Albie's girlfriend was slaughtered while you guys were away by Drom, because she revealed herself to be an Undine, trying to kiss all the men in that town. She couldn't control herself, so Drom just killed her.
Not sad.
So,
If it makes Chance feel any better, Kenmo's side piece went off on her own adventure too, so no more Drom for Kenmo.
yeah, well, she just went to the what the hell's that thing called? Embassy. She went to the embassy to hang out with her brother who was there. But
Kenmo only sees it as banging Kenmo or not banging Kenmo.
I get it.
So those are the two
It's
possibilities.
black and white world. So you spent
on or off, if you will.
Spent a bunch of time talking to the wonderful Gearforce patron of what was the name of the bar?
The Greyfriar.
Greyfriar, there you go. And got all sorts of intel about paths you could take and things you could do. And I believe a short list of them was to petition the Clockwork Oracle to see if you could get some help from the once every 2 month prophecies that occur, although the chances of that seemed slim. It was suggested
I think we did sign the petition, though, did we not?
I don't remember if you actively went and signed up as petitioners. I'm going to assume that you did.
I think we did.
And you found out that that was 4 days away. That the next reading of the Clockwork Prophecies will be occurring. You met Roger, who is the recruiter for the Clanking Legion, and he suggested that you meet with the head mage of the Clanking Legion, who might be able to read the Gearforged head memories. That was Wepwaset said. And he gave you a card with an address, and you were also directed to the Adventurers Guild, where you could sell your loot. And what else? Was there anything else? They said you could petition the Collegium, but they probably would ignore you. I think that was the whole list of things that she suggested.
Yeah, that sounds right.
So, we're going to assume that having left there and having nowhere really to stay, you will take up the suggestion of going to stay at the Adventurers Guild.
Oh, I thought we were staying at the Dancing Bear.
That's where you just started drinking. I don't know if you got rooms.
Oh, okay.
And by Adventurers Guild, I assume you mean Inga Nuku's cage fighting emporium, or whatever I'm calling it now.
Yes, exactly. Except Uku is away, so the other owner is there. And you were directed that. So we're on this map of Zobek. You were directed that the Rising Sun Adventurers Guild is in Lower Zobek, in particular in a part of town which is called the Tarnish, which is a lot of how shall I say? It's a working class area where it used to have a lot of factories. Some of them have shut down. One of them was taken over by adventurers and is now this guild. So this area, also known as Ash Mill, Lower Zobek, but in particular this bit over here is called the Tarnish, right next to the good old Kobold Ghetto. And there, you find what used to be an industrial factory is now the Rising Sun Adventurers Guild. It is...
Name disputed.
It is, yes, there's graffiti on its own name on the front of the building. It seems to be a very haphazard place, fairly schizophrenic, but full of happy-go-lucky adventurers. But at this particular moment, it has 2 owners. Well, it has 5 owners, but the other characters never appeared again, so they don't count. But the present at-home owner is the Paladin of Kors, Sir Sunder Punja, an Asmar from the eastern lands of Ashadia, where his people are descendants of gods. He is extremely serious, but very nice. And he takes your wares that you have brought, this gigantic pile of treasure, and gives you each 8,000 gold pieces. He also opens up their armory, which is basically all of the other treasure that other sad adventurers have sold off to them for cash. Inga doesn't take any of that cut. Just kidding. She's infinitely rich at this point. So Sir Sundar is extremely interested in what you're doing here, and a bunch of new adventurers just wandering into town with like an egregious amount of magical items. So, adventurers, what is it you're doing here in Zobek?
Can someone else answer that? Because I'm never really sure what I'm doing anyways.
He sees your hesitation, and he's like, well, our doors are open to you as long as you are not wanted for murder or anything like that inside the confines of Zobek.
Yeah, as long as that last part's true, then we're all good.
You all start muttering at once about being wanted for murder, and he's like, oh, God.
Yeah. Chimes looks at Kenmo. It's like, wanted for...
I've never been to Zobek before, so.
Yeah, we haven't been here either. Give us a few weeks.
Well, feel free to stay here. You're, believe me that the profits I will make off of these magical items will easily pay for your hostel style HOSTEL arrangements here. There's bunk beds. Enjoy.
Tell us more stories of these glorious Inga Uku adventurers.
Yes, they're glorious. Inga is far, far away from here making more money, killing things with her fists and feet. I don't know how she does it.
I heard she sings like a siren.
He doesn't say anything.
She leads men to her death with song?
Pretty much constantly. So you are now have a place to stay. You have applied for a petition to speak to the Clockwork Goddess. Sorry, the Clockwork Oracle of the Goddess of Rava. And you are free agents in this town. Now, I asked a question earlier that I could not remember the answer to. Have you heard from Taverine? Because Taverine has some news for you.
I believe our last contact was when we saved him from the...
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
So, while you're sitting here in this place drinking and observing all of the other adventurers coming in and about and arguing with each other and going off on stupid quests or coming back with one arm, you hear from him on your cell phone. I mean, your sending stone. And he calls to tell you that he has good news. That he has infiltrated the Temple of Hecate in Kamei and has acquired that which he went to seek for you. What was it that he went to seek for you?
Some kind of head reading device?
He went to get... Hold on one second while I look it up, because I'm a moron. Who goes to Kame?
Oh, is it some kind of memory thing?
The Tears of Memory. Now, this is... he says that he has, through his contacts, has gone to egregious measures to acquire 2 vials of the Tears of Memory for you. So, Chanza and our dear lady friend here can get their memories back.
Too little, too late.
Too late.
Does Rhiannon have more lost memories?
Not that we know of.
Oh, okay.
But he also said he has discovered something vile and terrible while in Kame that is of the utmost importance, and he is traveling back of world-shakingly terrible importance, and he is traveling back as fast as he can to Zobek to discuss this with his friends. And he wants to know if you have read the head yet.
We're on that.
Well,
Yep,
good
still
luck.
working through that one.
Where are you, by the way? He's
Zobek.
wondering where in the world you guys are.
Yeah, tell him to head to the Rising Sun Adventurers Guild.
You just got to Zobek?
We made a detour through the other side of the world.
You went to the Summerlands? Good God.
After
We've
the
been
show.
all over this Oreo cookie.
Wow, I cannot wait to hear those stories. I'm going to have to write that stuff down. Amazing. Well, I hopefully, unless you leave anytime soon, I will be meeting you soon in Zobek. How soon, I don't know. It could be a week or it could be 2 months. Depends on how the, how these things go.
Are you taking an overland route or the shortcut?
Hopefully we'll be taking a shortcut, but we'll see.
Good luck. We'll be here.
Until we kill someone.
So, the assumption is when he gets here to Zobek, assuming some other catastrophic thing hasn't happened, Chance will be able to start unraveling his memories. And oh, the fun we will have.
Yeah. What was that oath I swore?
You're never going to guess what it was.
The talking plants.
I'm going to give you... You probably could... Given clues, you probably have a 50-50 chance of figuring out at least who you made the oath with. Anyway.
I'm kind of afraid that the oath was to kill Kenmo.
Never.
Any ideas accepted. All right, so what would you like to do next? You have several paths ahead of you. The headquarters of the Clanking Legion is only about a 10-minute walk west from here, in the Tarnish, which is a very interesting area of town. As mentioned, it's pretty densely populated. Lots of fairly nice looking houses with blue collar workers, factory miners. It's a little bit chaotic, and there are definitely some industrial waste zones mixed in, but it's very close if you would like to head over there.
We should probably go introduce ourselves to what Wasset said.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
All right, so you take out your handy-dandy local map of Zobek. You look at your Google Maps while you're wandering around to try to find the address. You call an Uber and get hit by a horse-drawn cart. But eventually you do find the Clanking Legion headquarters, which is a really unassuming building. You do hear shockingly clanking coming from inside and people yelling. And some folks go running up and down the stairs carrying armor and things like that. It's really kind of one of the last places you would expect to find in a residential district, but there it is. A little fortress of arms and clockwork magic. And you knock on the door, and you are greeted by this fellow, who kind of looks at you suspiciously, and he says, "Hello, friends. I was expecting you. I am Rashazir Rubat Aswat. I am the procurer of the Clanking Legion. Roger told us that you might be coming. Why don't you come inside?"
He's a very strange-looking Gearforge.
As what did you say?
Mm-hmm. Aswat said what? Anyway.
Where was the picture? I'm sorry, I missed it.
It's on the screen.
It's in roll 20.
Oh.
All pictures are in Roll20, so we could share them with our beautiful live studio audience of nobody. Anyway. He takes you inside. The building seems to pretty much be a giant workshop. But you do head into an office where he Rashazir sits you down, and in come two people. One is the wizard Ulana Resdota, who is one of the head wizards of the Clanking Legion, kind of standing in the doorway looking at you suspiciously. And then in comes good old Wepwaset said, the priest of the southern gear god Ptah. And he looks at you and says, "Oh, I'm too old for this. What do you want?" And he plops down in his chair. It's like, "You know how many people we lost fighting in the White Mountain marches? Do you know how many gear fords I'm fixing? Do you know how many arms I'm gluing on to silly humans? Oh, God. I should retire. What am I even doing here? What the hell are you doing here?"
We got a head.
He looks at you funny, thinking you're making a joke for a second. It's like, no,
Nah,
seriously.
we have a literal head. We need to tell you we need to know what's inside its robot brain.
So, last I heard, it was Chanza that had the head. Will you produce it at this time? Alright, so clanking on the table is the head. And Wepwaset sits back and looks at me and says, "Okay. Now, first off, you didn't kill this fellow, right?"
Oh no.
No, but our sense is a lot of people have died to try to save what's in his memory.
You want me to
At
read
least-
this thing's memory?
At least one that we met.
Can you at least give me some background on this?
Sure.
Uh-oh.
He goes, it's like we found the head, and the head was being held by a dead person named and kind of like it's like named Fendril, who, and this is Gealthurd,
Gealthurd, huh?
and it was going to Tavrine with all haste.
Oh, good God, you're friends with Tavrine Windrider?
In fact, he's on his way to Zobek now. Do you know him?
Yes, I've known him for years. What a silly-ass fellow. I mean,
Yes.
he's quite serious sometimes, and he's a great writer, but, you know, I had never met anyone who gets themselves in so much trouble on purpose. God. Anyway. Okay, well then, there's some... you've piqued my interest. What else? What about this head?
Well, it has some memories of some great danger that may involve something in the south. I'm not sure. We're not entirely sure at this point, but it may involve diseased apes. I don't know.
He looks at you. He's like, whoa, 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 hold on. Do you mean the white apes?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, those apes.
And a vine lord.
He kind of looks around and he says, oh, I was really hoping to never see another white ape in my life.
I grappled one, and then Kenmo looks over to see if Lulana's impressed by that.
She looks at you and she says to you, I guess you're not a caster. Wepaset says,
Oh, I got
yes,
some spells, baby.
Oh, okay. Well, Wepaset says, yes, I'm assuming you've heard then of the great arcane wasting disease that these carry.
Yes.
You know, it's part of the reason I had left the Southlands in the first place is just the disastrous results of the arcane wasting and across my people.
Well, I, for one, was pretty surprised we saw him this far north.
That's extremely troublesome. So, you have some intel that some memories on this head are of import.
Yeah, that's about it.
And he
Yes.
reaches into his desk and pulls out his spell book and slams it down on the table and starts flipping through. He's like, uh-huh.
I peek over his shoulder.
These are mostly clockwork spells. And he flips to a page that is quite clearly labeled Read Memory. It is a 4th level spell. And he says, well, I'm interested enough that I will blow a spell slot for you and do this. Now, mind you, if you were trying to find out something about Gealthurd's, 3rd year of childhood, I would tell you to fuck off. But you're looking for basically how he died or something very close, right?
Yeah, how
maybe
he
the
died,
reason
what
he
he
died.
knew.
It's like,
Yeah,
oh,
pretty much probably the last month of its life.
His favorite ice cream flavor.
Tutti frutti.
Lana looks at you and she says, you're a fellow, huh?
I am indeed.
So Weapon says, all right, come upstairs with me. We'll go to my my lab, and I'll see what I can do. It's like, mind you, all of these memories will flow into my head, and I will have to explain them, or I could use some illusion magic to try to animate it for you. It's not a perfect transmission. Hoping that we can get the point across. Let's head upstairs.
As we head upstairs, Rhiannon's like, no one's going to try to brush my hair up here, are they?
He looks
Just
at you and
checking.
says,
I've given up.
I don't know what you're talking about.
She gives him the side eye.
Takes you into the entire top floor of this building is a lab. Gears and memory things and actuators and all sorts of stuff, including the altar of Ptah and Rava, upon which he and other spellcasters move somebody's soul into a soul gem. That's on the other side of the lab. Very it looks like a very well kept holy place, but the whole rest of the place is a gigantic disaster. You're a little bit shocked that there appears to be what's an operating table and blood all over the place on the floor as well. And he kind of looks around and it's like, don't mind the mess, field medic, stuff like that.
Amputations?
You wouldn't even want to know how many amputations. I should have retired years ago. This is ridiculous. He sits down the head and he starts unscrewing it, and he takes out his little jeweler's glasses and he's fiddling. He's like, the main component of this spell is one of the gears itself. I'm hoping it's a standard installation so I can get the last gear to start with. And he's like, yes, it appears so. She slaps down his spell book and starts reading and gesturing and mumbling to himself, and he suddenly goes into some kind of quasi-catatonic state and is sitting there looking at the ceiling with his eyes eyelids fluttering like he's having a nightmare. And this goes on for about 12 minutes. You guys are just kind of standing there. Ulana is standing in the doorway, and she's like, he's fine, don't worry. He's not dying or anything yet.
I ask her, is he high?
No, he's just, it's a little bit of sensory overload to inhale somebody else's memories. It's kind of fucked up.
His head's not going to blow up.
No, he's a meat machine. He's not a robot.
All right.
You're pretty fine yourself, Ilana.
Oh, I know. So eventually he opens his eyes and he kind of sits back groggily and looks at you. He's like, oh, whoa. It's like, are any of you from the Southlands? Is that what I heard? Yes.
Me and John are.
Have you ever been to the jungles of Kush?
My sister lives there.
Oh. Well, I'm sure then you've heard of the Emerald Walker. The great abomination that the druids of Kush were tricked into summoning 400 years ago at the time of the Great Mage Wars. That basically summoned the Emerald Walker thinking they were going to bring balance to the land, but it actually caused a cataclysm, and it caused the death of all the druids as they tried to stop its rampage. They put it in a quasi-time stasis, just like the other walkers in the West. But this one has lots of mysteries. No, the whole reason I'm telling you this is because that appears to be what this is somehow all about. Now, I also have Taverine's book over here. He reaches over one of the shelves and pulls out a map. Let's see if I even have that map anywhere. No, I totally don't have that map.
Yeah, we had 10 of his books signed by the author.
Oh God, why did you morons?
Here, have one.
No, thanks. I've got one. It's plenty. All right, let me.
This one's signed.
I kind of shove it on a shelf.
Oh, so sad. Anyway, he says, "Let me set the scene for you," and he kind of uses an illusion spell to project this image of somewhere in a jungle. And he says, friends, this is the gardens of Carnessa. This is the lands south of Barcella, on the south side of the wall, the great jungles. If you've read Taverine's book, you know that he and his friends discovered a great walker there, an unimpeded great walker. And it turns out that great walker is a twin to the Emerald Walker in the Southlands. Evidently, some friend of the White Apes discovered the connection between these two walkers. And that fellow's... So he's setting the scene, and you're kind of looking... It seems like you're looking through the eyes of Gealthurd. And this gigantic pile of stone heads is actually the foot of this great walker. And the eyes of the Gearforge kind of pan up, and you can see that this creature is at least several 100 feet tall, and its legs are gigantic trees. This is a rather crude representation of it, but it towers above the top of the jungle, and it's basically slowly lumbering along, shooting off these seed pods out into the jungle, where they hit the ground and explode, and spores kind of flow out everywhere. And Weapasset pauses for a second. He says, yes, this is the twin of the Emerald Walker, Veth Shun, in the gardens of Carnessa. Now, terrifying enough in and of itself. But watch this. And he gestures back to the scene of the gardens, and out of the leg of Vethshun suddenly pops about 50 white gorillas. It looks like they're walking through a portal. And the last person or thing to come through that portal is this fellow. And he projects this image of a man walking with a gigantic four-armed kind of spectral gorilla walking behind him. And all around this clearing in the forest, you start to see vines creeping up towards these gorillas and whatnot. And you recognize something you had heard about, the Vine Lords, which are the corrupted spawn of Vethshun itself. And the entire, like hundreds of Vine Lords are now circling this foot of Vethshun. And you see Weposet pauses and says, now, that man there, his name, evidently, is Joseph Kranz. And he's actually the son of a noble family up in Hirschberg that has fallen upon hard times. And he was thought lost years ago. Evidently, he's been in the Southland, somehow doing something with these white gorillas. It appears that he has some kind of godlike avatar of the white gorillas with him. He says, now, back to the show. And he pans back to this view, and you see Joseph Kranz standing at the foot of Vethshun, screaming, "Vethshun, I would speak to you!" And there's just like an earthquake, and you see his body just spasming. And Weposet says, now it appears in the Southlands, in Kush, there are people who can actually commune with the Emerald Walker, with the Great Old One. It is an extreme mental feat. Probably 19 out of 20 people who have ever tried just go completely insane. And in this scene, it appears that Joseph Kranz has walked through this portal and survives his mind's attempt to converse with this walking behemoth. And then he starts to threaten it. Unbelievably, it appears Joseph Kranz thinks that he can threaten Vethshun with the arcane wasting. And he is going on a long rant about how he has proven that the arcane wasting can kill a Great Old One. And that would seem like a joke, except Vethshun is listening to him and abiding by him. I can assure you that if Vethshun did not take this seriously, all of these creatures would have been slaughtered by Vine Lords. But no. It appears that Joseph Kranz has actually recruited Vethshun to his cause under threat of death by the arcane wasting. He fast forwards the vision, and you see that from out of this portal now, there comes basically a small army of Southland warriors. Who are people that Joseph Kranz has also recruited to his cause. Basically, what the upshot is, he is telling Vethshun that to gather all of the forces, all of his Vine Lords, all of his powers of the jungle, and that we are going to march north, we are going to destroy the Great Wall, we are going to walk into the wastes, we are going to walk into Barcella and destroy it. And then we will be a power to reckon with, stronger than the great ones of the wasted west. And we will have vengeance upon the Northlands and upon my people. So it's, Weposet says, it seems to be some kind of sick and demented revenge story, quasi-insane mastermind. But look at this guy. He's just a little man. How on earth does he have so much power? How is this even possible? He appears through a portal and convinces a great old one to his cause. And from there, it seems some of his troops and white guerrillas go back through this portal to wherever they came from. I'm assuming they came from Kush. They came from the feet of the Emerald Walker in the jungles. Many people have posited that they're connected by some kind of planar connection, and evidently he's learned how to use this. So as best as I can tell, the upshot of this is that this man and a great walker and thousands of vine lords and weird corrupted humans and pods of this and that and the arcane wasting disease are all heading towards the wall and looking to breach it and enter the main of Midgard. That's pretty messed up. I don't have the slightest idea how you could possibly prevent any of this. Even the annihilation of Barcella. God knows, Burgund after that. I can't imagine that the Majocracies would have anything to do against this, because the arcane wasting will kill them all before they can do anything. It's the potential to take over Central Midgard with this plan. This absurd plan. It's like Wepwiset just kind of shuts off the vision. He's like, well, I'm fucking exhausted. That's a nice apocalypse you guys found. That's great. What the fuck?
Yeah, I feel like we should buy him a drink or something.
Yeah, behind him, Ulana is watching, and she's like, Wepwiset, really? That is what you saw? And he's like, yes. She's like, I don't think we have enough troops in the Clanking Legion to deal with that. And he's like, oh, God, no. Just not even funny. We have, 250 people. You're going to need, I can't imagine how you would defeat this force. Think about it. They can annihilate any arcane casters with the arcane wasting. And then convert any leftover humans that haven't died to plant people. This is insane.
Rhiannon starts muttering under her breath a little bit. She's like, they take away my memories because I'm going to destroy the world. Now this guy's going to destroy the world.
Well, I don't know what to tell you guys. You said you can get in touch with Tavarine because he's certainly going to want to know all this mess.
Yeah, indeed.
Especially since Franz kidnapped and tortured him.
Really? Oh, God. But Tavarine didn't know any of this, right?
No.
Not that. So we think they are nearing Barcella?
I have no idea how fast they can move. It could take months. It could take a year. Who knows how fast he can... That Veth
He's a
Shun
big fucking tree. How fast could he go?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point.
Do we know how long ago this memory was from? Can you tell that?
I think we're talking about 4 months at this point. A little while. Definitely a little while.
We need a convoy.
That's one way of putting it.
Where is Barcella?
Barcella is the westernmost city of Midgard.
I don't know if you heard that last bit because I was messing with my volume, but Rhiannon asked if So Vethsoon can be actually killed by the arcane wasting? Can't we get rid of him that way?
It's unclear if that threat is legitimate or not. But it seems like, yes, if he were infected... What Joseph Kronz is insisting is that Vethshun, if he was infested with the arcane wasting, would die.
But it all doesn't matter. If we infect him, he either dies or he no longer has any reason to listen to whatever his name.
Yes, that is a very good point.
And he probably kills us, but, still.
Wait, really? You're going to go You're just going to travel out there and just, Oh, wow. You guys are crazy.
We've been called worse.
We should try and mobilize the Adventuring Guild. We can all go out there.
Convoy.
We got a great big convoy.
What was that? Says, I don't think it matters how many people there is no way by force that this can be solved. You need some kind of cunning plan.
I sort of have a specialty of removing leaders from this life.
Including the half-mile long, 300-foot tall variety?
No, the dude.
Oh. Yes, well, based on what I saw in the vision, that dude is not in the Gardens of Karnes. I'm assuming he's in the Southlands.
Yeah, that's problematic in a different way, but one thing at a time.
You're saying Joseph Kranz is still in the Southlands, potentially.
My understanding of the reading is that he is somehow using a portal in the leg of Vethshun to connect to the Emerald Walker in the jungles of Kush. And that after all of this happened, at the very least, he went back to the Southlands and left his white gorilla minions to herd Vethshun towards the north.
Wish I had a portal in my leg.
What if we gave Vethshun gout and then he couldn't use the portal?
Wow. That's the best plan I've ever heard.
That's a lot of shellfish. I'm just saying.
We'll need to learn that spell. Go.
Yeah. You instantly crystallize all the uric acid in a person's body, causing excruciating pain. I gotta write that spell right now. Amazing.
I think we need to talk to Tavrine.
Yeah, I
Are
agree.
you sure? He's just gonna freak out. Everyone freaks.
Yeah, he'll probably get kidnapped somewhere along the way, but he might have ideas.
He's going to freak out no matter what. I don't care if he freaks out.
You just want your memories back.
No, not just that. I don't like the idea of great power being in the hands of one person.
What was that? Says, yeah, and he seems like a complete fucking lunatic. But somehow he seems to have harnessed this godlike avatar of the white gorillas. It's very, very strange. The white apes.
I mean, my suspicion is, first let's talk to Tavrine, and second, let's try to recruit some allies, and third, possibly head to the wall.
Dum dum dum. All right, so you guys pull out your cell phone and call 1-800-TAVERINE. What do you tell him?
At least it's not 1-900 Taverine.
888.
Well, we relay all the information that we found out.
Okay.
I don't think we left anything out, do we?
No. In fact, I think we should let him know he's being essentially tortured by a demigod.
Yeah.
He's highly disturbed.
Doesn't that feel better?
Yes. he's highly disturbed, and he is racking his brain. And he says, "I'm coming there as fast as I can, but one thing I think would be helpful is I have a friend at the Collegium. Her name is Miha Goldroot, and she's a fairly famous wizard / druid from Kush, from the capital of Kush, and she has spent a lot of her life studying the Emerald Walker, and also she traveled to Carnessa with me she's basically an expert on the wildlife and plant life. And it's possible, of anyone that I know, that she has the most accumulated lore about the Emerald Walker. And she also has brought back many specimens to study from both spots to the Collegium. So, if you can reach her in the Collegium district, you're going to have to convince them that I sent you, because it's very difficult to even gain entry.
Can we just hold up the Standing Stone?
Maybe.
Or maybe we could just show him that we have 10 copies of your book.
Might offer them a signed copy.
Yeah. You might need to offer them some gold, it depends. But, yeah, go to the Collegium, seek out Miha, and that would at least be a start, and I'm going to make all haste to get there.
Well, what, to tell us something that only you would know that we should tell her?
Does she have any moles?
Oh.
Birthmarks?
Mole.
He says, yes, that's a good idea. She doesn't have moles, but she has tattoos. And she has a tattoo of a vine on her left buttock. That'll let her know that it was me that sent you.
Let's all go get tattoos of vines on our left buttocks. Maybe we
Berwin just kind of shakes his head.
Uh-huh. Who doesn't need buttock tattoos?
Does anybody think that, or we still have Tevrin. Does Tevrin think that Leonin, the librarian of that other place, would have any useful information?
You mean the library in the Shadow Realm?
Well, no, she's in Friel, isn't she?
Oh, you mean the head of the Great Library?
The Strauss Library.
Yes.
No, not the Strauss Library.
The Great Library.
Yeah, my girlfriend, the Silver Dragon.
Yes, it's possible that some knowledge could be gained there, yes. But that would take a lot longer to suss out. You may have to go there anyway. So, worth finding out, worth talking to. But beware her motives. So,
Beware her motive. Okay.
Off you go, having a fine old day. It's now late afternoon. You head to the Collegium District. There is a rather large gate, which is called the Steam Gate. That is, as far as you can tell, the only way to get into the Collegium area itself. And you plead your case. Tell them that Tavrine sent you, and eventually you convince the Clockwork Guards to let you in, and they direct you to a tower, where they say that Miha has the top floor of the tower. Every time I see you guys laugh, oh, good God. That's
Well, I
fantastic.
appreciate that it's on the right cheek. I mean, that is the real class of that.
I can always expect something obscene in our Discord while this is going on. Anyway, The Collegium District is composed of 2 small courtyards. I'll show you a nice dandy picture of it. 2 small courtyards, a dozen 2-story buildings with a mix of gray and yellow stucco, red rooftops. There are plenty of clockwork servants tottering around, and you have entered through the steam gate. There is, in addition to all of the 2-story buildings, there is a black tower. It is the large gray Hall of Summoners. Also has underground labs, alchemical bunkers, and all sorts of various things. The buildings have tarnished silver runes inscribed along the eaves, gates, and windows. You head over to the large gray Hall of the Summoners, where you have been told that Miha has her office is on the top floor. But upon asking the clockwork guards for her, they kind of look at each other and they say, the labs of Miha Goldenroot are presently closed. You could find her at the you could find her at a bookstore outside of the district called the Book Fetish, which she is presently using as her office due to the problems with her labs. So, having nothing better to do, you head back out the steam gate to find the Book Fetish, which is tucked in an alley corner just around the bend of a curving side street. It is a surprisingly roomy shop, although clearly made from combining several smaller spaces. Bookshelves line the walls, a few stand free on the floor, tables and chairs fill the center of the room. It is just basically a big old bookstore. There are visitors and students all over the place. It also, you could see from the counter that they sell a wide range of ordinary to exotic spell components. And you search around a little bit and ask around, and eventually you find in a corner, at her own table, quasi-desk, the wizard Miha Goldroot. And she looks up at you and she says, "Do I know you, fellows and lady?"
Well, I appreciate
We know
that.
Tavrine. He's a guy, a bard.
Yes. A
You
lot
know,
of people
he
know
writes books.
Tavrine. Did he send you here?
He sent us to look for you at the Collegium, but we were directed here because your offices are unavailable.
Yes, they are. There's been some very strange occurrences of late with my... Well, we don't need to talk about that right now, but tell me
I think
what...
we do, because this is all about the walkers. And I'm sure that's
What?
why you had strange things happening on
What?
at your Collegium.
Whoa. Back it up. Tell me what you have to say about walkers.
So there's this walker. I don't remember his name. It's Veth Shun, but it's he has a foot, okay, and his foot has like wood that gorillas and people come out of.
What?
And apparently now, like he's heading to someplace.
My God, what? Are you telling me someone figured out the portal between the Emerald Walkers? You're shitting me.
Not someone. Man, Joseph Kranz. Is this a safe private place for us?
No, this is not. Let's go somewhere else. She's now very concerned because she recognizes the name Joseph Kranz from the trouble he's caused in the Southlands with his control over the White Apes and the Arcane Wasting. So she takes you to a side room of this building, which appears to have actually lots of secret rooms, which is very strange. And you suspect that there's something strange about this bookstore. But she takes you to a side room and asks you to explain everything that's going on. Do you tell her?
We should insight her.
Sure.
So,
Yes.
yeah, I think between all of us, we'll be able to like recount the whole bit about 50 white gorillas, Joseph Krantz, 100 vine lords, the arcane wasting, parent control of all this stuff, blah blah blah. But obviously, Rhiannon will stop her rambling if the instant Johnza says it's not safe to talk.
So she is fascinated by this. She says, regardless of this absurd threat to the civilized world, this all strangely corresponds to problems with my studies. Now I have lots of samples that Tavarine helped me gather from both Kush and from the gardens of Carnessa. And several months ago, they started acting very strangely. Almost as if they were communicating with each other. And then, just 2 weeks ago, they somehow, in my absence, started reaching out roots and connecting with each other. Completely unexplained. And as of 4 days ago, they have destroyed my office, and I cannot get in because they will attack anyone on site who appears there.
Well, they won't attack Johnza. He talks to mushrooms and plants and stuff all the time.
Really? So
I'm afraid so.
They're his friends.
So
Yeah, I had a wonderful conversation with some shrooms in the arbor nest.
she's kind of looking at you and says, "Yes, I see. Well, since we're here, and since to even begin to help you, I would at least need some of my references from my office and library. How would you feel about going to retrieve them for me? I would even be willing to pay you."
In the collegium?
Yes. I need
Aren't
someone.
aren't you a part of the faculty?
I am, but this is quite an embarrassing occurrence, so I haven't told anyone about it. And
I mean, it's
now that it seems that it's possibly somehow linked to these connected walkers, I don't know, could you... I would appreciate if you could just quietly head on up there and take care of the problem. Just, I don't know, beat the hell out of them or something and get my books back.
I'm really suspicious on why she needs somebody to go to her office to get her stuff.
Well, these plants have taken over the office.
Yeah, I'm telling you, friend, my test subjects from the Garden of Carnessa and Kush have somehow started communing with each other and growing roots into each other, took over the whole place, and have become violent. They actually killed 2 of my assistants.
Did you try fire?
Yes, I tried to fire, but...
Roundup?
Have you tried more fire?
Round. Look, I'm not a war mage, okay? I'm merely a botanical wizard, shall we say.
Can you be specific about what books you need so we can grab that in case a extermination method should get out of hand?
Yes.
It will get out of hand.
I have.
And how set are you on quietly? Because that's not really our
Well,
specialty.
as long as they don't, I don't need to say that you went there to do this.
Sure,
Regardless,
we can get out with...
I will give you 5,000 gold pieces to take care of them. But if that fails, at least get my 3-part master thesis on the Emerald Walker, and that is what we need to get started here.
I mean, worst case, the building will be missing a couple of floors at the end.
You know, if something bad happens, probably the other floors will just evaporate into other pocket planes. I'm not really concerned. It's a wizard's building.
Did we mention that Tavrine's on his way?
Yes, that is very helpful.
Okay. All right, I'm game for this, guys.
I am too.
Excellent.
I don't know, Chance, is this going to hurt you if we start attacking plants? I mean, is there a special connection?
I'll try to talk with them first and, reason with them, but if they don't listen to reason, we can exterminate the vexation. And I got a great idea. We can all wear matching uniforms. These gray coveralls.
Oh, yeah.
On the back, we can put, a plant with a circle surrounding it and a line going diagonally through the circle.
Miha looks at you guys. You're sure you're heroes or some such, right?
Oh, totally. Show her some scars.
Loosely, yes.
Loosely. All right. Well, here's the key to my office. And she produces a large, strangely vine-looking key.
So at a minimum, you want your 3-part master's thesis.
Yes, my thesis will help us at least get moving on trying to think of something. I don't know, but...
But at most, you want us to empty your library and bring it back.
Yes.
How many books are there?
Hundreds.
I think we're going to need a bigger book.
Do we need anything to get into the office? The guards seem really keen on...
Get the key.
Oh, I will come to the building with you and gain you entrance and show you the stairway, and then I will let you take it from there. The tops of the stairs will be a locked door, and you can use this key to get in.
Super.
All right, so back to the steam gate you go. Yes.
I was just wondering, should we do a long rest first?
You're all fully rested.
Mostly, I'm wondering if I should memorize "Speak with Plants."
You can feel free. You don't have to do this right now. You could undertake it in the morning. It's not like this needs to be this very second. If she says if you want to prepare some spells that would help you, then feel free.
And Miha's from the Southlands, correct?
Yes, she is from Kush itself, from Nangui, the city of sorcerers, which is a famous magical city in the jungles of Kush.
Yeah, as we're leaving, I have a conversation with Kenmo and say, "Isn't she stunning?" And then I look him in the eye and I go, "Dibs."
I kind of like that chicken.
You might have to fight off Tavarine though, so it'll be interesting.
No problem.
Wait till you hear how he got those vials of memory stuff.
Good point.
It's gonna be a dirty story. Dirty.
Yeah, I would like to note that Rhiannon still doesn't have her memories back. She just knows what happened vaguely.
Ah, yes. You could
never to allow them to come back, but
you could actually regain your memories. All right. So I'm going to put you on a map in a place at the top of a stairwell where you can decide what on earth you would like to do.
In a black room with 3 monsters.
That's right. I don't want any of this crap. I just want you to be able to see everything. Can you see everything?
Yes, sir.
So, having unlocked the door and peeked through, you can see that there is a rather gigantic plant in the middle of the room. And it seems to have grown roots and connected to two other plants in the northwest and northeast corners of the room. Now, the one in the middle is this plant stands taller than an ogre. It has a thick mass of tangled roots that you kind of get the feeling that it can move on. It has a wicked-looking stinger, glistening with venom, flicks out of its mouth on the end of a whip-like tongue. So it has a gigantic venom tongue. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, I always wanted one.
Uh-huh. So the other ones are plants. The other ones, they both are the same. They are crimson shrubs covered with brilliant red thorns and mottled blood-colored foliage. Small white flowers bloom on the branches before rapidly turning into stone-hard fruit. Smoke rises from the leaves, and the ground where it stands looks to be like steaming rock. Now, you also assume, based on the way that its roots look like legs, that it can move. It actually looks creepily like a miniature version of the walker that you saw in the visions from the head. And that's what you've got.
So, Chanza, did you want to try talking to it first, or
by the way,
did we go in the morning, or did we go straight there? I forget.
You took a long rest, so it's morning now.
Okay, yeah. So I probably swapped out. I do have Speak with Plants memorized, just in case.
Okay, so the other thing you notice is that all three of these plants were previously in gigantic glass domes, like they were enclosed for study or something like that. But they have been smashed, and there's glass all over the floor. It wouldn't hurt you to walk on it in your boots, but if you fell prone on it, you might hurt yourself.
All right. Well, I'll try to talk with the big guy, and if that fails, Rihanna, you can use your Speak with Plants spell and see what you get from there. Sound good?
Okay.
All right, so you are going to attempt to speak to it. How?
Well, first I kind of think thoughts, like, hello, I'm Chanzo.
You see the plant kind of moving and swaying and looking at you. And I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom save.
Nice. You
Oh
feel...
my God, I have a +8.
Wow. Nice work. You feel voices speaking in your head. Not any normal language you've ever heard. In fact, you know instantly that this is void speech. And you feel these words racking through your psyche. You feel your nose and ears start to bleed. And you are frightened. You have the frightened condition for 1 minute. The thing kind of swivels around and looks at the rest of you, and all of its tentacles kind of just like flap. And does anyone else want to try to talk to it?
I come running back in, tears in my eye.
Uh-huh.
It spoke in my head and it hurt.
So I probably shouldn't speak to it.
You see what appears to be like a green electric charge flowing along these roots out to the other plants at the back of the room. And all of a sudden, the three of them all step off of their platforms and begin to approach you. And I need you to roll for initiative.
Damn it.
Hello. I am a big scary thing.
My favorite number tonight is 10.
I have a +10 to initiative, and somehow I got 12.
Guys are rolling like
We're on fire.
Rolling like we're on our segways.
Damn you, quantum dice.
oh, come on.
So, Mike, do I get a wisdom save roll on each of my turns to try to break the frightened condition, or am I just frightened for 1 minute?
You were straight frightened for a minute, but I'm going to just say that you can get a save on each of your turns. So you could do whatever you want with your frightened condition, and at the end of your turn, you could save again. I'm going to take a super quick break and run to the bathroom. I shall return.
I'm do the same.
Okay. I will do the same. I'll be right back.
Herberdier Dirge.
Pretzel.
I'll take some pretzels. Sounds delicious.
I don't like to die on an empty stomach.
Hey, I'm back, but give me a second. I'm gonna go. I mean, go ahead. Even though I don't have my camera up, just a sec. But go ahead.
You just had to get naked.
No, I have a little bit of dinner, but I don't feel people need to see me like munching down.
That's very strange. You need to be naked to eat dinner. Anyway, Albie, you're up first. Everyone else rolled the crappiest initiative ever.
Albie's just been waiting for this moment all day.
Mm-hmm.
Itching for it. And I step over here. He's going to take a shot at that guy there. His vicious hand crossbow.
Shit is vicious.
16 or...
16 will hit.
I'm going to dump it all in there and
Uh-oh.
fire up the old psychic blades.
Nice.
At 12.
All right.
And then I'm going to go back and hide behind this bookshelf.
Your vicious crossbow bolt pounds into the bush, and you see it. You get the distinct feeling that it's sentient based on the way that it seems to be screaming in pain somehow, based on your psychic attack. So, it is injured.
That will do it for me.
And it's this guy's turn. Shockingly, it has a move speed of 10 feet. And it moves over to here. And that is that. And it's
Is
Rhiannon's
it
turn.
being connected to the main plant when it does that?
It is not. It is now disconnected.
Okay.
Rhiannon, what you got besides a mouthful of food and no clothes?
Well,
You don't have murder plant or something like that?
yeah. I mean, sadly, I don't have murder plan. There was one I thought would work, but no. But anyway, then let me. Let's see. This one moved forward, right, and this one. Let me do this. I've lost track of my character in all of the. There it is. I mean, this is a pretty basic one, but I think I'm just going to start things off by hocking a produced flame
Okay.
at the center one.
Okay.
So let's see. Produce flame.
Ooh.
I assume that hits.
It does.
Does 8 fire damage.
Your ball of flame pounds into it, and you shockingly find that it is somehow resistant to fire and takes 4 damage. Kenmo. Unless you have something else, Rhiannon.
No, I don't think so at this.
Okay. Kenmo, what you got?
I'm going to take a crossbow shot at that fella.
At which one? The big
This
one? Or
The one I keep highlighting.
I can't see it. There you go. Now it highlighted 30 times in a row.
Ugh.
Yeah. That does not pierce its bark, unfortunately. Anything else?
Nope.
Other shrubbery. Alright, Johnza.
All right, so you need a wisdom save first.
Yeah, let's do it first.
18.
Alright, you're no longer scared of the scary plant.
Awesome.
Although you really don't want to hear void speech again.
I don't. I'm gonna enter the room right here, and on the big guy, I'm gonna cast spiritual weapon
Mm-hmm.
right on top of it in the form of a hedge trimmer.
Alright.
And he needs to make sorry, hold on. Okay, he doesn't need to make a save. It's instantaneous, so
It's gonna attack him.
yep, I'm gonna attack him. 22.
Yeah, that hits with your hedge trimmers of doom.
10 force damage.
Ooh, 10 force damage. He is not going to resist that shit. Who resists force damage? Nobody.
Jedi.
Okay, that was only a bonus action. Now what would you like to do?
I'm gonna guiding bolt this guy closest to me.
Okay.
Twenty.
All right,
Adjusted.
hits. Indeed.
15 radiant damage.
Wait, is that a regular spell or a cantrip? Because you can only cast a cantrip right now.
Oh, that is not a cantrip. My apologies.
I'll take the attack roll, though.
Sacred Flame then.
Okay. Sacred Flame. Dex saving throw. I'm sure it's excellent at that.
16.
Somehow it is amazing at that.
Crit.
It
All right,
dodges
I'll
out of
use
the way.
the rest of my movement to saunter over here.
Okay.
That's it for
Berwin.
Johnson.
What you got, Big Bear?
That's one agile shrub. Just
Yeah.
gonna put that out there. If I cross
The streams.
this way, am I gonna provoke an attack of opportunity? Essentially, can I exit from this square here?
Oh yeah, you can get out of here without provoking.
Okay. All right, then I'm gonna do one. I mean, who could resist a
Yeah.
stinger having giant bloody plant? Really? Really? And Barrowin says bears are mostly vegetarian
Mm-hmm.
and swings with a long sword.
Chompy chomps. But chewy chewy chomp. That hits.
Okay, so that's 17. And then he's going to take another swing.
You slash off part of its tentacles. Whoa. Oops. That hits. Explain this. Is that something about its Gigantor, Giant Slayer, something or otherness?
Yeah, Colossal Slayer.
Alright.
Because it has damage.
Okay.
So I get extra damage.
Gigantor.
That's right.
Okay, so It took another 18. Nice. Okay, now it's thing's turn. And it is going to unload on you.
Naturally.
1 stinger.
Yeah.
5 piercing. And I need a con saving throw.
Not really great at that.
Nope. You are now paralyzed for a minute. And then it is going to attack you with its tendrils with advantage because you're paralyzed. Actually, does that mean they're auto crits? Yes.
Yes, if he's paralyzed.
That's a shame. Whoa. So I'm gonna... So that is 24. So you just took 48 damage and you are grappled.
Come again? 48?
Yes.
It's a lot of damage.
Auto crits when you're paralyzed. So it's double the 2 hits.
I'm down. With
Really?
the 5, I'm down. Yeah.
Oh boy. Well, your friend's lifeless body is hanging grappled by a giant plant. He probably regrets walking up to it now.
So,
Maybe not.
is it an auto? Well, I guess it is. That sucks.
Any attack that hits the creature is a critical hit if the attacker is within 5 feet.
5 feet.
Albie's turn. I'm going to run and get my glass of water real quick, which I left far, far away. I'll be right back.
Oh boy. Not good, fellas.
Well, I'll be able to hit you with a heal at least, but man, that's bad.
All right, I'm back. Albie, how are you going to save the day?
You got this, Albie.
Yeah, I mean, sure. This guy is not guiding bolted, is that correct?
Correct.
I will. Gosh. I feel super bad that I'm not going to be able to save my friend. Because I am really afraid of that large plant. But I will, I'm going to shoot at it. I'll move over here. And I will shoot at it.
Kapow. Well, that hits.
$15.
15 psychic damage to the creepy thingamajabber.
I will not hide this time. I'm going to stay where I'm at.
Nice. Oh, I know what I need.
You know what? I'm going to. No, I can't do that. Got a loading weapon. I can't use it. That'll be it for me.
Okay. Mathing. My brain is failing at math right now. Okay. I'm gonna mark. Ooh, it just moved. I'm supposed to move. Execrable shrub. That's such a great name. It's execrable. I am marking this thing off on this big guy because he is resistant to magic. He gets advantage on saving throws against magic. Anyway, this little shrubbery is going to turn around and come back over here and try to slash Chanza. And it fails. Oh. I forgot.
Chanza just puffs his chest out. You gotta do better than that, Reed.
When Berwin went down, this plant actually healed. It licked your blood off the floor and healed itself because you're within 10 feet of it. Alright. Rhiannon. Are you
Okay.
in or out of the doorway? I'm kind of confused. You're like in a wall.
I was a little confused. I assume I have to be out because I cast a spell last round, so
Yeah.
I'll just be right there, I guess. If that's where I don't know where's that's fine.
Whatever you
So-
please.
First things first. Just as a quick, I'm gonna use my Bomb of the Summer Court to throw off a quick heal to Berwin. I've grown attached to that bear. So let's see. I think that's
It's grown attached to this plant.
yes. So let's see. I'll roll this twice because it will be 2d6 healing. So an amazing 5 hit points plus 2 temporary hit points. I know it's not much, but there you go.
Well, you're alive.
Second, I am going to cast Conjure Animals.
Oh,
And-
yes.
And but while it probably would make more sense for me to conjure gorillas, I can't help it. I am going to conjure 4 giant goats.
Oh.
Amazing. I hope they're hungry.
4 giant goats, okay.
Yes. Because I mean, if we're fighting plants, I think it's just appropriate. Personally, I think they should get advantage on all their attacks.
Naturally.
Naturally. My intention is to put 2 giant goats on the big one and 1 giant goat each on the smaller ones.
Wow, those are really giant. Alright, 1 here. We'll get 1 over here. We'll get 1 over here and 1 over here. There's fucking
Yes.
goat town in this place. Jeez. Oh my god. They are just ravenous fucking goats. They are just so
hope they don't eat-
excited.
I hope they don't eat the thesis.
Yeah, you're gonna have to un some of them real quick once they're done with the plants.
Speaking of which, I suppose I should also note that I am concentrating on the goats. So let me put the little concentration thing. Oh, there we go. I think that's all. I did my bonus action to heal and my
Right.
action to
When do
conjure
they
goats,
go? When is their turn?
so. I think technically they roll their own initiative, but they go as a group.
Alright, well, let's roll. Can you roll initiative for them then?
So,
Goat.
sure. I assume I
Considering
have
your
access
own.
to where are they? Goats. There they are. Giant goat.
Should be at the top.
Yeah, I know I didn't ask you to prep giant goats in advance, but who would have guessed? There we go.
Don't worry. I spent all the money. Oh my god.
So they go on 18, but I forgot to click one of them, so you may have to add it to the initiative order.
I thought it. No, they added it. It was just.
Oh, it did.
It was
cool.
just. I went to the bottom. Okay. Nice. Kenmo, you are suddenly blasted with this sweet, sweet reek of goat butt.
I'm gonna come over here and take a crossbow shot at the big dude.
That hits. You have goat friends, so now you get your sneak attack.
Yep.
18 damage. Ouch.
Yeah, spread the goats around.
that hit it right in its face or something. It is spewing orange slime everywhere.
And it's stamen or
Yeah.
pistol.
Pistol, yeah. Let us not forget the gigantic flying garden shears there. Execrable shrub. This shrub is going to attack your goat, man.
Alas, I believe that hits. The goats do not have any way of
It
AC.
slashes your goat for 8 damage.
Hey, don't let him get your goat.
Oh,
Which shrub is it?
it was this one
Is this
attacking. Does this goat have a name yet?
Tooth grinder.
Tooth grinder. All right, Chanza, you're up.
All right, we'll start with the hedge trimmer.
All right.
27.
Oh dear, that hits.
9 force damage.
9 force to the planty face. All right.
And then the shrub in front of me, I'm going to reach out and grab it and do inflict wound at second level.
Inflict wilting.
Wow, that hits for sure.
18 necrotic damage.
Oh, well,
That
it's 20.
sucks for 4d10.
It's 22 necrotic.
Oh, 22 necrotic. Thank you.
Math. Well, that hurt it quite a bit. It shriveled up a lot, but it's still up. And it's very annoyed that you reached out and grabbed it. It's a shame you didn't slap it. It would have been much more effective.
And I'm going to move over here next to the goat. But stay within melee range of the shrub.
All
That's
right.
it for Chanza. Thank you.
Berwin, you are grappled. I'm not sure if you are still paralyzed, though. Let's see what the...
Seems like the paralyzing would have worn off once he died.
Okay, you are still paralyzed, but you can make another Constitution saving throw to see if you wake up from the paralyzation. Basically, you're wrapped up in a vine, just
Cocoon.
yeah, you're just kind of laying there like a big bear rug.
Okay, so you said con saving?
Yeah. Nope. You are.
What's the save he has to make?
It's 15.
Oh, sorry, I can't help you with my taunting.
Yeah, it's alright.
All right, so that means you have 8 more rounds to go, until you just cure naturally. And now it's this guy's turn, but unfortunately, unfortunate for it, actually, he's just gonna throw Berwin down on the ground over here. So he doesn't want to bother holding on to you since you appear to be pretty much dead. So now you're laying on the floor, paralyzed and poisoned. And it's going to reach out and attack the goat.
Reach out and touch goats.
God.
Yeah, that's probably all going to hit because that goat does not have much in the way of AC.
I am very sorry there's now a dead goat.
Ta-da.
It's very sad. LB.
I would like to. I'm going to
Do you have Balm of the Goat Court?
whisper dissonantly at this large
Oh, yeah.
fellow here.
Give it hell.
Chupacabra's gonna get you. I'm gonna cast it at level 2. $14 whisper damage.
Alright, so he needs to make a wisdom save at 15. Wow.
Not wise.
It just shits its pants, its plant pants, thinking about chupacabras. So congratulations on that. Wow.
I am not cleaning up those plant pants.
And I think it has to immediately use its reaction to move as far as its speed will allow away from me.
Oh, wow. Its movement, its speed is 20 feet. So it's going to 1, 2, 3. It's going to run over in the corner and get attacked by 2 goats.
And I'm going to use my movement to go stand in front of Berwin because I feel so tough right
Nah. Give me 2 goat attacks.
Okay.
Bomb of the goat court. Oh, that hits.
Okay. And the second one.
Those both hit. Shit, man. They are pissed about their boy going down. 2 massive headbutts to the plant.
And hungry.
6. Yeah.
and horny.
Oh!
Hey.
And it's goat time. It is goat time.
Okay, so I'll start over here with goat. This goat, he's gonna attack the smaller one in front of him.
Uh-huh.
However, he misses.
He failed to ram the bush.
Yeah. Then this goat will attack the big one.
Oh, that hits.
That hits.
Vengeance of the goat.
So 7.
7 bludgeoning. Nice. It is looking rough.
Then finally, this goat will attack this one. So
Finish him off.
He doesn't have like an eat plant attack.
sadly, no. I was looking for something like that.
Improvised weapon. All right, that
16.
hits.
So 8.
8. You squash it to the ground, but it's somehow still a living plant.
Wow.
And it's this thing's turn, and it's going to try to attack your goat. It hits. 4 slashing, 1 fire. He's a goat slasher. Rhiannon.
5.
5. I don't know what number I said.
Okay, so yeah. I'm gonna try to finish this one off with a burning, with a what do you call produce flame.
A flaming fastball. That hits. Oh yeah.
So 6 fire damage.
You annihilate that shit. It is now a burning bush.
Ooh, biblical.
Well done.
Well, actually, I think I'm gonna throw one more 2d6 heal at Berwin, even though he's paralyzed. You know,
Mm-hmm.
eventually he'll get back up. So
I'll be more comfortable.
Yeah. So
He's just floating in the balm of the summer court. Just like you're floating in a bucket of aloe right now. You're just
the 6 there.
so comfy. Kenmo.
Do I still have sneak attack damage on this biggin because of this goat here?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
He's bobbing and weaving this goat. He's setting you up for the slaughter.
Step over here so I get a clean shot.
That hits. Goodness, 20 damage. That one hits it right in the jounce. That's a technical term. Mr. Shrubbery is going after your goat again. Slashing up the goats. Missing the goats.
Wow, it missed.
Chanza.
All right. Chanza's going to move the hedge trimmer to where the
Dum dum dum.
it is. We'll do that first.
Just a little off the top.
30. Crit.
What? Okay.
Didn't know that was a thing.
7 force damage. I have a plus.
Well, that kills it instantly. You have used the hedge trimmers of doom to kill the thing.
And then I'm going to toll the dead on the remaining shrub.
Ding dong. So, what does it need to do?
Wisdom save, DC 16.
DC 16 wisdom. It's a very wise shrub for some reason, but not that wise. 17 damage.
17 necrotic damage.
Yowzers.
Wow.
Painful. Hey, Berwin, how you doing?
Well, Berwin is enjoying his repose.
How about that saving throw, Con?
Yeah.
At least he got healed quite a bit.
Yeah.
Indeed. I got all these extra temp hit points too.
Yeah.
Nope.
So Kenmo's going to use his witty repartee.
And do what?
Berwin, get your fucking shaggy ass up.
What does that do?
Adds 1d4 to the save.
Nice. Roll a d4. Oh, you are embarrassed and you jump off at attention. You are no longer poisoned. You are laying on the ground, though. Would you like to do anything?
Is this the end of my turn?
Yeah. You could stand up, though.
Could I stand up and swig a healing potion?
All right.
I can heal you on my next turn. You want to save that potion?
Okay, I'll just stand up then. And I'll swing a dingleberry in Kenmo's direction.
You were insulted back to life. All right. Did I just skip somebody? Yes, Albie's turn.
Yeah, it's my turn. I will shoot.
Make sure to leave room for the goats.
I'm gonna just go and kill him instead. I don't think I can actually. I don't think I can do enough damage with one turn. I'll shoot at him.
All right.
I guess I gotta click on the right thing.
Whole bunch of contemplative goats in this room.
They're very serious.
Yeah.
I'm gonna save my psychic blades this time.
That hits.
And I'm gonna do a rapid shite.
Rapid shot in his pants.
At disadvantage.
Okay. You hit anyway.
Doesn't matter.
8 piercing. You have eviscerated the bush.
And I'll step out of the way for the goats.
Yes. The last bush goes down and they go crazy wild, eating. Oh, even the dead one moves. Devouring the bushes.
Berwin suggests we look through the books quickly to find the master's thesis before it's eaten.
Can you dismiss the goats?
Well, yeah, because it's a concentration spell, so I just have to stop concentrating.
Oh, are you going to do that?
I'll let them eat first, but then after, when it looks like they're done with their meal, I'll dismiss them.
I would like to follow the goats around to collect some goat berries to feed the Berwin when he's feeling better.
Nice. All right.
And then the winter folk halflings call them goot berries.
Ah, it's so good.
These are actually giant goot.
All right. Well, you have killed the gigantic plants and then let them be completely eaten to make sure that no scientific studies can be done on them. Not even a shred is left of these rare samples from thousands of miles away are now eaten.
In all fairness, they tried to kill us.
Yes.
Yeah,
So,
there was no request to save any sample. It was
That's
just
correct.
Exactly.
Should have been more specific. Lucky we didn't burn the whole place down.
As is your usual custom.
We
So-
tend to burn things with books, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, if fire was more effective, it would totally happen.
exactly. All right, so you have cleared out her office, which was having some planned problems. The books are at your disposal, and she will come and do some studying with you, and we will end here.
Yay!
And you each got
Nice.
Hey.
1,000 more gold pieces. That's 9,000 gold pieces for the day. That's a pretty good take.
I'll say.
So let's make sure and remove all those items from inventories that you sold,
Yes.
and we'll go from there. Continue to save the world. Nice work,
Plant at a
guys.
time. Thanks, Mike. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mike.
That was great.
All right.
See you guys.
Take care.
Nice.
Night.
Night.